everyone, and this is Praise TV, Praise and Joy TV. But today I'm not here with Joy. Joy is not able to make it today, but hopefully she'll be here the next time. My name is Praise, and today I want to talk about treatments for sex offenders. So I do have a few points with me. This is just a follow-up of my last video, which was, how to identify sexual predators. But no one ever talks about the sexual offenders and what's going on in their lives and in their minds. So I wanted to focus on that today. Um, so sexual offense, or the offense of molestation, being a child predator, is wrong. It's a sin against the person, against humanity. It causes trauma that the abused usually live with for the rest of their lives. And most importantly, it's a sin against God. Yes. Whether you believe that or not, it's a sin against God. But with that being said, if you are watching me and you're a sexual offender, um, society comes at you like you are not deserving of love, you're not deserving of um, a chance to salvage your life and move on from that situation. You're treated like an outcast in society. People don't want you as their neighbors. People don't want to be friends with you. Your family cuts you off. Your name is on the sexual offense registry. People don't even want to employ you. You are so ostracized as a sexual offender, and this can usually lead to sexual offenders going either deeper into this offense or committing suicide. So I just wanted to give you a few tips if you're struggling with being a sexual offender. If you're struggling with being a sexual offender, I want you to know that there's hope for you. You need to look into changing that lifestyle, stopping that behavior before it's too late, before you are caught by law enforcement, the law enforcement agencies, before you are taken to court, before you are charged, before you are prosecuted, before you're sent to prison, before you're given community service. You need to stop now. And how do you do that? Don't wait until it's too late. You know what you're doing is wrong. Don't wait until you get caught. Many sex offenders have been killed instantly once they were sentenced to prison. They were killed in prison instantly, and you don't want to be one of those statistics. So one thing as a sexual offender that you need to do is get counseling, get a sexual therapist to talk to you, counsel you, get a mental health therapist to help you retrain your mind, a sexual therapist to talk to you about why you're having these sexual desires, why you are constantly wanting to have sex with children, why are you attracted to minors, why do you have such a strong urge or addiction to sex. You need to speak to someone who is a professional. If you even have the money, I think you should seek more than one counselor so that you can get two perspectives to help you. And it could even make the process faster instead of you seeing your therapist once a week, because it can be expensive. If you do have the money, you can see two therapists more than once a week, so you're getting enough information. You're accountable to someone, so that you can get your treatment and your healing as fast as possible. Okay, so like I was saying, get mental help, get a sexual therapist, and also be consistent, be persistent. That's why I said about Go, if possible, go more than once a week to these appointments. Don't give it so much time. You see your therapist once every 2 weeks. No, you're going to go, fall back into this habit. Be persistent. Even when during these therapy sessions, counseling sessions, when you go home at some point, you have the urge to have sex with minors or to watch pornography. Pick up whatever you've learned and stick to it. Avoid places and people that trigger you. So, if you're attracted to children or you're a child molester, don't go working in a daycare. Don't take up a career as a coach, coaching children, or taking one-on-one lessons with children. Those kind, don't put yourself in situations where you can commit these offense. Also, what else? Avoid pornography. That's also one thing. Avoid watching things on social media. Avoid pornography that's going to trigger you, or put you in a mental state where you're going to fall back into this temptation, into this sin. You have to avoid those triggers. Don't watch pornography. Don't watch child. Is it child pornography? Probably child pornography. You know, or don't watch pornography. Yeah, that, stay away from that. Anything that's going to arouse you sexually, stay away from that. Okay, so another thing is, as a sexual offender, if you want to start your healing process, one of the things you can do is giving your life to Christ. That is the first step. Becoming a Christian, giving your life to Christ, and finding, a good church, a good pastor that you can open up to. Now, even if the first pastor you spoke to turned out to use you as an example in church, you find another pastor, you find another church. Don't stop your healing process because there was a bump in the road. Don't stop your healing process because your family, cut off from you, because someone found you out to be a child molester, because you went to jail for it. Don't stop your healing process. If not, you keep falling into that circle, and it could lead to the end of you. So don't listen to people that hate you, the people that even love you. Just focus on getting your own healing, becoming a better person. If the pastor uses you as an example in church, because I've heard of, preachers, when you confide in them, they then use you as an example on Sunday. Find a new pastor. Find a better church. Study the church, study the people, while you're still getting your mental counseling and sexual therapy outside of the church. If you have like a friend you can confide in, also tell them, because anything that is brought to light has more chance of receiving a solution. If you keep it to yourself, hide, your problem in the dark, or this, because you're ashamed, you hide that you're a sex offender, you hide it in the dark, you are most likely to continue doing it, keep feeling depressed, keep falling into the same sin. But when sin is brought to light, you can start receiving healing. Leave, okay, I spoke about that before. Leave environments that trigger you. And giving your life to Christ also means that you would stop a lot of the habits that you probably indulge in right now, like drinking alcohol, getting drunk, smoking, those kind of things that make you less sober, the things that make you make the wrong decisions. Because let me tell you, when you are caught, You will face the consequence, not the person that sold you the alcohol, not your mouth that drank the alcohol. They won't take your mouth alone and take you as an individual. Your entire life will be thrown into jail. So nobody will face the consequence. That's why you have to stop anything. Stop drinking, stop smoking, don't take drugs. Get, drug, what do you call them? Is it drug abuse help? Go to rehab, whatever it takes you to become the person that you want to be, do that. Okay? So avoid drinking, smoking, anything that makes you less sober, anything that makes you make the wrong decisions. If you know someone who's a molester and you hang around them, stop it. Stop it. Avoid situations that trigger you. Don't work with children, don't work with minors. Just be accountable, focus on your healing. Because now that I'm saying don't take alcohol, don't smoke, quit drugs, when you are caught, and then when you're caught as a sexual offender, and then you are taken to to court, you are eventually going to lose all these privileges, and you're going to learn the hard way, because you're first going to be prosecuted, you're going to face jail term, and then by law you'll be mandated to undergo sexual offense treatment. That way, and when you undergo sexual offense treatment, you're not allowed to take alcohol, you're not allowed to smoke, you're not allowed to take drugs, and that's mandatory. You're not allowed around children in any way. You're not allowed to work with children, be around children. If you are ostracized, they'll let you know that you are paying for your crime. So now that you have not been caught, do the work for yourself. Okay? Thank you all for listening and for tuning into Praise and Joy TV. If you like this video, remember to subscribe, share, and click on the like button. If you want to share your own story to help other survivors or sexual predators, you can always send me a message on Instagram at praiseb__, which I'll leave in the description box under this video. So thank you for tuning in, and I'm always happy to be here.